Y'all, I can't keep up. This is a lot. This is a whole lot, even for me. And I do deep dives. We got a lot to talk about. This is a whole lot. Hit the like button as the intro plays, because we about to get into some things.
I was listening to Make It Make Sense. Shout out to Make It Make Sense. Thank you.
Make it make sense to me intellectually.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. You knew what was up.
I ain't got it.
Big moves.
Surfer.
Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
Gets nothing. Ms. Howard, what are you thinking?
She lied, and I should have known better when I seen her hair.
Ms. Reese, I gotta feel you were somewhat worried.
Okay, y'all. So, Funky named a name. I had people coming after me talking about he didn't name a name. Why would you think it was Claudia? If you watch my videos, I explain to you why I think, how I think, etc. So you knew why I said I thought it was Claudia. It was Claudia. He just acknowledged it last night. And as I'm working on my brother Bilal interview, I got people in my chat saying, we want to hear your take on Funky Dineva and Claudia. I can't go live every night about Funky Dineva and Claudia because this looks like it's going to be a saga that's going to continue for a minute. Because even in what I'm about to show you guys that Claudia had to say, she still didn't go in. So I don't know what y'all want. In my brother Bilal video that drops tomorrow morning, you will want to watch that because this was not a soft cookie cutter interview. I asked about Tisha Campbell. And I don't think anybody else has done that in the way that I have. So you will want to see that tomorrow morning when that drops. But anyway, back to Funky and Claudia. Funky went on to say that he does not have any beef with Flame Monroe. Flame Monroe has basically come out swinging, but kind of brought it back in last night when Flame Monroe called in to Conscious TV's channel and was really on a I don't want to beef with Funky tip. But let's get into Funky first. Y'all know that I am definitely a person who I like Funky Dineva. I've been a follower of Funky Dineva for a lot of years. I'm going to be honest. I did not like hearing how much Funky Dineva made with Fox Soul because I don't think he had to say that. I have said from the beginning, Funky Dineva is an integral part of the success of Fox Soul. I did not need to know how much money Funky Dineva made with Fox Soul because that was more of like just feeding red meat to the fan base. To me, his value could have been invaluable. If you guys kind of understand what I'm saying, I did not need to know that. Him mentioning the $250,000 that he makes or that he made on Fox Soul then led to Flame Monroe talking about the fact that on Flame Monroe's podcast, Flame Monroe makes more than $250,000 a year. It has now become a pissing contest. And I think that for me, it devalues them because I know Flame has a very big presence in the podcast circuit. And you could have been making $1 million. Either way it goes, Funky, you could have been making $1 million. I wouldn't know, and I did not need to know. That's all I'm saying. Why people choose to expose those things, I really don't know. But both of them did it. Matt Beefs, I tried to hit you back up because you will be talked about in this. Shout out to Matt Beefs. When we get into Claudia's response, Mad Beefs was the one who put it on their Twitter page. So Mad Beefs has a YouTube and a Twitter. Shout out to them. Mad Beefs, I need you to tell me in my DM how you know the tea on Eric Fuller. That's what I was hitting you back up for. But yeah, how much he makes, how much... It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. Funky Dineva is consistently having like 18 to 20,000 people watch him live. Funky Dineva always could have had that. I told you guys, Funky Dineva pulls numbers. And I don't think that Fox Soul ever stopped Funky from doing things with his own page. I think Funky has reached a time where maybe Funky might be tired of certain things. I have followed Funky prior to Fox Soul. I can remember being in, Funky's pre-recorded videos, watching it, and he would say things like, I'm really tired of the current iteration of women on these shows for his reviews. I'm only doing this for myself. I mean, for you guys. And I can remember thinking when he got Fox Soul, it was like a refresh. Sometimes as a content creator, I get it. You can get tired of doing the same thing, or maybe you don't feel like you're challenged. And Funky is a pretty intellectual person, so I get it. But I liked him on Fox Soul. But now I'm starting to think that on all sides the bridges are burned. He named Claudia. He again said he's not going to give everybody everything. So it keeps people kind of waiting and longing to hear, well, what's the tea? What's the full beef? I think he's holding certain things back. I would not be surprised if the stuff he's holding back might be stuff that Claudia said about the network, maybe like in confidence. I hope that does not come out. I hope it doesn't. Funky can pull numbers. Funky, outside of this scandal with him, Tasha K, Claudia Jordan, Flame Monroe, can pull numbers. He doesn't need any of this. I think that his own platform will continue to grow exponentially. And I hope that it dies down soon. Like, even me who commentates on it, it feels heavy. It feels like your parents are fighting. I don't want to see Claudia's platform. I don't want to see Claudia's platform taken down because of this. And I don't want Funky feeling like he's been under a cloud, because he hasn't. I don't understand where that's even coming from. I don't feel like Fox Soul was stopping Funky. Funky has had an upward trajectory on YouTube since he started. So I'm not understanding some of this. I need him either to kind of like say it or don't say it. Was there something that Fox Soul did that told him, well, we don't want you on your own platform? Or was it just simply Funky not wanting to work all those days? Funky will tell you he likes being a rich white woman from Palm Beach with his Birkin bag and his fluffed out hair. So I don't know. I don't know at this point, but he has definitely named Claudia Jordan as the person who he feels has wronged him. He said that there was things that she did in the back end that people did not see, but he did not go into specifics. Again, shout out to Mad Beefs. Mad Beefs put all these things up on his Twitter, so you can follow Mad Beefs. But this is what Claudia had to say.
I unfollow if you disrespect with me and yell at me and make me cry. So yes, I did. Okay, and that's all I'm giving y'all tonight, and that's it. Leave me alone. Do you need a pair of socks?
Do I think Claudia cried about this? Honestly, she might have. And let me tell you, I know there are a lot of Funky fans. I know there's a lot of Funky fans, but I want you guys to keep an open mind. If you have an ensemble, Al, Claudia, Funky, and one major component of that ensemble leaves, can you feel affected by that? Yes. Think Girlfriends. Y'all remember that show, Tracy Ellis Ross? Y'all remember when Tony left? I'm pretty sure Tracy Ellis, Maya, I hate that I call that woman by her stage name. And y'all think that they didn't feel away or maybe felt hurt? I don't know what Claudia allegedly did in the background. Y'all, I be having insight, but I don't have insight on everything. I don't know what she allegedly did on the background. Funky hasn't said it, so I can't really speak to that. I don't know what he's holding onto, but this is what Claudia had to say.
Socks?
Claudia has socks.
Did you eat socks, Sabrina? Is there any fur on the? Oh, you took the good. I unfollow if you do.
Let me see.
Don't like Chloe Bailey. He don't like Halle Bailey. He don't like this one. He don't like that one. So if I was gonna keep everybody off that he don't like, so y'all, it's not like I went and got Michelle Brown that I know he has a definite beef with. So there's that.
Hey, at the end of the day, you know what I can say? Are you live?
Yeah.
I really do, and I mean this is I like Flame.
Oh, I like Flame.
Yeah, I love her. I love her laughter.
I do.
She's contagious. Her energy is contagious, and there's no shade being thrown at nobody. Like I love people that have great energy.
Wait, they said he threatened.
Like she is so energetic, and she don't give a fuck. Like she really is having fun, enjoying. And she gonna do her, and she gonna laugh about it. That laugh.
You know what? I'm just gonna drop that because I didn't hear him call my name or say a threat to me, so I'm gonna let it go. Because unless I hear it, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
He got your number, so if he was talking to you, he would call you.
Yeah, and you gotta remember, I think.
Damn, this.
So maybe she didn't know he did mention, he did mention her name. Golden Brooks. Yeah, thank you. Y'all help me out because I still know people as Tony, Maya, Lynn. I love girlfriends, but it was not the same after they left. Do I think that this will end Foxhole? No. Do I think that this has impacted Funky in a way that his feelings are hurt? Yes. Do I think that Claudia's feelings are hurt? Yes. Do I think that Al is in the middle? Yes. And Al is not getting the best press right now, and we all know why. That's why Wendy did not have friends in the business. Okay, so let me tell y'all a little something about the YouTube business and the YouTube game. I'm a different kind of content creator than a lot of the people that you probably watch because I started off saying I'm going to lift other content creators up. When I spoke to Funky personally, I definitely breathed life into Funky. I definitely gave him his flowers. When I talked to Claudia in real time, I definitely gave her flowers for her work ethic and stuff like that. Large content creators that I have had, good experiences with, I definitely tell them in real time, hey, but that's not how everybody acts on YouTube. It is a dog eat dog kind of world. I have already had very large content creators do some very shady things to me, and I just choose not to open up about it. Somebody said, please stop. He's okay. Talking about Funky? Let me see. You capping for Claudia because she called out your comments a few times on TGIF. I don't think that Claudia has ever called out my comment on TGIF, Natasha. And I don't personally need to cap for anybody because YouTube is not my bread and butter. There will never be a time where I have to cap for anything because nobody is putting money in my pocket except me. So to you and to somebody else who was in the comment section of TDIF, miss me with that shit. Just FYI. I'm not the kind of person who will block and stuff like that, but that didn't happen. That never happened. So anyway, I don't have, like I said, I don't have like was it a dog in this race, a horse in this race, skin in this race? But I do tell you guys, well, partly what I know. Like I knew some stuff about Jocelyn. I didn't even put that out. I didn't know you guys wanted to know that Jocelyn had been fired or basically removed from Zeus. I don't know what y'all want to hear. I get a lot of inside stuff, just like I had information on Funky leaving early. And is it a cap that I respected him enough not to put out his business because it was Funky's business to tell? Was I capping then? No. And that's something that I could have profited off of. The same way when I found out Heavenly was not going to be invited back. Those videos did really well. I just am a different kind of content creator. I'm respectful and excuse me, and I speak life into people. Jocelyn had to get separated from Zeus. I knew that a while back. December 31st, Jocelyn left Zeus. Why and how do you know? I got that information. I just didn't run it. I don't know what you guys want to know. I don't. So y'all can let me know. But yeah, let's move on. So I think she said something else. Do I think this woman's feelings are hurt? I do. Do I think that her and Funky had a real relationship? Yes. I've been there in person and seen the banter. I've seen the love. And that's why I never wanted it to get to this. But now it is. And I don't see anything coming back. Somebody was like, why did you say that Funky declared war against Fox Soul? Going live at the same time with your former co-workers is a declaration of war. Somebody said, what you mean we okay, well, side note. What I heard was Zeus was not happy with the fact that Jocelyn ran up on Natalie Nunn at a taping of Nick Cannon's Baddies versus BGC or something like that. She went up and hit the girl, and that was the problem that I heard. So yes, she is already filming a new kind of like male burlesque show where she doesn't actually have to deal with the women, and it's not going to be on the Zeus network. But yeah, Jocelyn Miss I'm the Queen of Zeus has basically been dethroned by Natalie, who is definitely good friends with the owner of the network. AT2, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you. AT2 is also covering this drama. And Love Natasha says, Mims, you are the GOAT in my eyes. Well, thanks. I love your integrity when reporting. I appreciate it. I'm a little messy, but I do try to do it a little different. And there's no way I would have been there's no way I would have felt good about reporting that about Funky, because like I said, that's Funky's news to tell. Is Natalie more problematic? Yeah. But Natalie has made that man a lot more than Jocelyn, and Natalie is much less of a liability than Jocelyn Cocalina Hernandez. But okay. We got like almost 2,400 people in the chat. I don't know where we are on likes, but y'all, we don't even have 1,000 likes. Liking it is a free way to support the channel. I don't ask y'all for super chats, nothing like that. Let's see. Did Claudia get mad because Funky walked away? I have not talked to Claudia. So when I'm telling you that, that's not inside information. That's just, I'm thinking if I put something together and I have some form of a relationship, would I be hurt when a big proponent left? Yeah, that's just human nature. Not about me having inside information today. Dr. Frieda says, Funky is a comedic genius. His intellect and wit are difficult to match. He was the star of the TGIF gift. I definitely think that Funky was a huge, huge draw for TGIF. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to front. Funky was a huge draw in anything that he does because, you know, Funky is kind of like a one-of-a-kind kind of person. And if you get his comedy and you get his humor, he'll have you like cracking up. I don't think anybody can. Did I miss what Claudia's response was? Claudia said that she was crying over it. She had to block Funky for the time being. Was there anything more that I felt like she said? Let's see. I think that's the same one. 1:06. Yeah, those are the same ones. That was the response. So you'll have to go back and play it. Yeah, I played both of them. Again, shout out to Mad Beefs, who also said that Eric Fuller has been fired from the Housewives of Potomac production and Housewives of Atlanta production. I don't know where he got that from, but let's see. Oh, okay. Matt Beef says he confirmed that he is no longer on. Oh, he says he's open to work and looking for executive producer roles. So, y'all, shout out to Mad Beefs for having the tea. Now, Eric, I think, is funny and whimsical, but the stuff that was happening on Real Housewives of Potomac is no longer fun to watch. I heard that he showed favoritism to Marlo on the last season and was not necessarily too keen on Kenya. Carlos King, who is his mentor, has called him out a couple times. What's up, All True T? We got another celebrity in here. All True T is on Instagram. Definitely follow her. This is the day of exposing, y'all. I don't know if y'all still watch Potomac, but those ratings were in the 6s, and that is not good. Potomac was the one to follow. Eric needed to go. Oh, man. I wonder. I don't know. I think Eric and them were the same one that Kim was talking about when she told Kenya buy Peach. Eric and his producing partner were really close with Kim Zolciak. So I don't know if they were the ones who helped her get her stuff greenlit. But anyway, I'm sure there'll be more out tomorrow involving Funky and Claudia. I wanted to show you guys this. Shout out to Scotty by Nature. Apparently, Carlos King is pissed that the cast of Married to Medicine is referring to him as a blogger.
Love it, Mayor Chunksville. All right, so that's pretty much all that we got. But apparently, there's some mess brewing between Mr. Carlos King and Dr. Simone. Now, apparently, Dr. Simone called Carlos King a blogger. And I don't think Carlos King took kindly to her calling him a blogger. He kind of drug her in a sense, and I don't really think it was I don't really think it was necessary for him to drag her the way that he kind of did. But then in the same breath says that he loves her, but still drug her in the same breath. But right now, we're going to go ahead and get into that clip of him dragging Dr. Simone. And once we get done looking at that clip, we're going to come back for more commentary from your boy, Scotty by Nature. All right? So let's...
Dr. Simone, you can say whatever you want to get some attention, baby, because you're not getting any attention on that show. Okay? So you can call me what you want. Your show, you're not getting no attention on the show, and you're an OG. Okay? No one talks about Dr. Simone and Married to Medicine. No one. No one. No one cares about anything Dr. Simone has to say. Nobody cares what you have to scream on your own show, child. So you calling me a blogger is not offensive to me, baby. I'm not offended by that. I'm a journalist. You can call me a blogger. You can call me whatever you want to, Dr. Simone, but you won't call me boring. That's what you won't call me, baby. And that's the reason why Married to Medicine was a chop this episode, because maybe Dr. Simone, if you get off of Dr. Jackie's ass, you can really see how your show sucks without Quad. But that's okay. You can call me what you want, Simone, but you won't call me boring. Because no one cares what Dr. Simone has to say. And I love you. And I love Cecil. And I love the kids. Okay? Bye, Dr. Simone. Now I gave you something to talk about, because no one else is talking about your storyline and the apartments that you have, honey, on your portfolio.
All right, so that was Carlos King basically responding to
Carlos King wore her out. Now, Carlos, it did feel like you were upset to be called a blogger. Technically, if I was going to refer to Carlos, I would still consider him a producer, because he is like an executive producer, but you are, I guess, like a part-time blogger. Your YouTube has blown up, but she definitely was poking him, and he definitely struck back. it was a full Tamar moment.
Do you want to do this?
Do you?
Now we got to get them in a room together on a live together, because if Heavenly knows what's good for her, she will put them in the same room, and I'm sure both of them will be like,
I said what I said. Okay.
uh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. This is a mess. We got like 3,000 people in the chat. Definitely hit that like button. This is messy. This is as messy as this. So we all know that this dude got put in jail a couple days ago. But when I talked to the attorney, I was like, what exactly is domestic violence, third degree harassing communications? And the attorney was like, text messages. So I said, well, does that mean that Melody had a complaint already that was in place that would stop him from doing this? Yes. He started spiraling out of control the other day. He was talking crazy to Carlos King. He was saying stuff about the production, forcing him to do this. He said that he was an actor. All these things are asinine because, dude, your only money is coming from this show. Nobody is buying your wine. Not only is Martell angry, but he was in jail for 2 hours, got out, and started flagging YouTubers' content who said Martell Holt went to jail for that specific charge. You have so much time to go to YouTube and fight with the likes of Erica Mena under Carlos King's page. Couldn't that time be spent in getting your builder's license? Because once you're off this show, the rest of the people all have viable businesses. I don't think that Martell's wine business is viable. Now, he could keep, escorting himself out to the likes of Sheree, but Sheree didn't get a pickup letter from Bravo, so I'm pretty sure she can't pay your rate. I don't know if escorting could work for you in the traditional way because Melody said you couldn't make her come. Now, Martell wants y'all to know that he is, what did he say? He has a hook and a curve. So if you have a hook and a curve, does that mean it's like a zigzag? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Ladies, gentlemen, does that sound like something you would want? A hook and a curve? Okay. Somebody says he has Peyronie's disease. Look it up. It would be Mace who said that. Y'all, go ahead and look that up. I did not know that this was going to be this messy of a live. I did not know lunchtime was going to get this messy. Hold on, before we move on to the rest of this story. Trending at some point said, Mims, I personally have received kind words from you when you didn't have to reach out. You gave some great advice. I appreciate your kind personality. And shout out to Trendon. I appreciate you too. A lot of content creators won't reach out. A lot of people feel like, this other person is stepping on my toes. Y'all, we cover the same stories. You're never stepping on anybody's toes because you build your own community of people who want to hear your commentary on it. That's why Funky Dineva can pull 20,000 viewers, because he has a 12, 13-year YouTube career and people want to hear his commentary. He gets hundreds of thousands of views when he talks about his feet. It's just the way things go. He's paid his dues. That's why he can do it. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the super sticker, Rose Garden. And thanks for the super chat, Lamar. Mims, you are messy, but a charming messy. Thank you, Lamar. I appreciate you. Yeah. My son just left. I was sad. You had me crying. Thinking about that zigzag probably has you laughing and crying. Okay. So Martell went ahead and put out a statement via TMZ. It says, Martell Holt's publicist, Jonelle Witt, tells TMZ, we would like to issue an official statement regarding the recent allegations against Martell Holt concerning harassment text messages to his accuser dating back to August 2022. It was with great concern that we addressed these accusations. Martell Holt adamantly denies any intentional harm or harassment towards the accuser. We believe that these allegations are the result of a misunderstanding, and we are confident that the legal process will ultimately vindicate Mr. Holt. Martell remains committed to being a devoted father and maintaining a positive and healthy co-parenting relationship with Ms. Rogers and Ms. Curry for the well-being of their children. Despite the challenges presented, Martell will continue to focus on his role as a responsible parent and contribute positively to his community. How he's doing that, I don't know. We urge the public and media to approach this matter with fairness and sensitivity, because Martell is fair and sensitive. Considering the impact such allegations have on the individuals and their families. Well, what were you texting Melody that was harassing to the point where you got locked up? We are confident that as the legal proceedings unfold, well, you're not going to be able to afford an attorney if you keep messing with Carlos and the producers of the show. The truth will emerge and Martell Holt will be exonerated. We appreciate your understanding and respect for Martell's privacy during this challenging time. That's BS. And I'm surprised he can still afford a publicist. Just my opinion. Andre says, Mims, can you explain how Dineva can make the money on YouTube he says he makes? Lots of people don't agree or maybe understand. Can you give a short primer on it, please? So YouTube money is specific to the content creator. It would be almost impossible for another content creator to say how much somebody makes per 1,000 views because it changes from day to day. Sometimes I think there's a curve. If you have more views, sometimes your rate will go down. Do I think that Funky Dineva could make $250,000 on YouTube if he really pushed it and put in the work? Yes, I'm sure he could make more than that. He has an audience that clicks on his videos, and they all get really good views, especially in this sector. Yeah, but nobody would be able to specifically say how much he makes because his rate per view is defined is set by YouTube, and only he would be able to go into his creator profile and see how much he's making. But yeah, he definitely could. But what I was saying was he could have made that on YouTube and he could have made it with Fox Soul. I don't think Fox Soul stopped him. But I ain't gonna count the man's pockets. Julian Cardi says, Mims, I love you, but you owe me lunch. That zigzag made me bring I ain't got it. I'm sorry.
I ain't got it.
He found that PR on the street. We got a couple more super chats. C, thank you so much for the super sticker. And C, thank you so much for the super sticker. Peaches and Cream. Thank you for gifting a membership. Y'all, I still don't technically know how that works, but somebody will be gifted a membership. I appreciate you. Okay, so y'all, we got to get into Kelly Price, y'all. We got to get into this because this is what I was telling you guys. When you can just start throwing out suggestions without any actual claims, it gets really dangerous. And Kelly, to me, is bordering on unhinged. I'm not even gonna lie. So let me give you guys a little primer while I get it set up for.
If that's a word, Kelly Price says she was the only artist judge on BET's Gospel Sunday's Best that wasn't effing someone else's spouse, fornicating or messing with kids or boys. Woo! And these are the judges that she was with. To start with, Kim Burrell, Kiera Sheard, Donnie McClurkin, Yolanda Adams, Kirk Franklin, Mary, CeCe and BB Winans, and Jonathan Reynolds. Now, if you are in the gospel world, you know these are very, very big names. But the question is, why is she just now coming out with this? To me, it seems like some kind of PR stunt in order to get some attention, to potentially get some money, or to promote a new upcoming project. Because if it was going on and you had a problem with it, and Sonny's Best ain't been on in years,
So
years.
okay.
Why didn't she talk about it when it was happening if she had such a...
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna listen to what Kelly Price has to say. And I'm not gonna mince my words. I think Kelly is unhinged. I do. And I don't know what to believe when it comes out of Kelly Price's mouth. If you guys remember correctly, we got this a couple years ago. Singer Kelly Price breaks silence after she was reportedly missing. And it was like, this is a super weird story. Grammy-nominated R&B and gospel singer Kelly Price, who technically she should have a Grammy by now, who made headlines Friday when reports surfaced that she was missing in Atlanta area, broke her silence Sunday evening, saying she almost passed from the C word. In an emotional interview with TMZ, the 48-year-old artist said she wasn't missing, but recovering from the C word. At some point, they lost me, she said. I woke up some days later, a couple days later, and the first thing I remember is the team of doctors standing around me. When asked to clarify, Price said, I died. It's unclear. Y'all, that's weird. And it's weird because of your weird husband. Your family would not think you were missing if your husband picked up the phone to say she's not conscious. She's whatever. It's weird, y'all. And I'm old enough to remember all of the funny moments from R&B divas.
Got some Timberlands, Vaseline, and a straight edge. You gonna kill somebody? I don't want to fight.
Y'all remember when she brought her Timberlands, Vaseline, and a straight edge for Shantae Moore? She been unhinged. She's been unhinged. But okay, this is what started it all. She has a husband who I don't technically know who this man is other than Mr. Kelly Price. She made a cake for him, and this was his response, like a petulant child.
Birthday, and I wanted to celebrate him so much.
Yeah.
And he told me that the candles are going to burn out, but he told me he wanted what kind of cake did you tell me you wanted?
A cake that don't have wax melting all over it.
Okay, but you told me you wanted roasted pecans on your cake. And
look how he's talking to her. Look at how annoyed he is with her.
You wanted a cinnamon toast crunch birthday cake. Okay, so make your wish. If you're making your wish, you don't have to tell us what it is. You made your wish? I didn't say happy birthday.
Oh my gosh.
Happy birthday.
It's giving a little Whitney and Bobby back in the day.
Happy birthday to you. That's Price, so don't try it. All right. Thank you very much. That's not the Stevie Wonder version, and it's not the traditional version. Baby, blow your candles out. I love you.
I gotta make another wish now.
Okay, make another.
Your wish was that you got with somebody rich and can be in a situation like you are to have that diamond encrusted pendant on your neck. That's what your wish. You got your wish. You're Mr. Kelly Price. I went through his stuff. I don't see anything else about a job or anything. The only thing I see is him love bombing Kelly. And last time I checked, when she went missing, he didn't even tell the family. So
why? It's the same
because
wish,
you
right?
did out of sequence now.
Damn it.
And he was really mad. This is the weirdest thing. What? So Kelly was mad, and her response to people saying stuff about her husband was this.
I choose Jehovah, but I have never forgotten where I've come from. That being said, Anybody that thinks that this love singing church girl don't have smoke, options, or the ability to bust that ass down if you come at me the wrong way, you are very well deceived. And I'm serving you notice now because I saw some very disrespectful things to me today. I don't bother people.
You were bothering your
I don't
husband.
threaten people.
You threatened
The
Shantae.
amazing thing to me
Got some
is
Timberlands, Vaseline, and a straight edge.
I thought she said she don't threaten people.
I was never a gospel artist. Let me be clear. I grew up in church. My professional career has always been pop, R&B, and hip hop.
Them eyes, y'all.
Period. So I was never a gospel artist. I'm an R&B artist who did a gospel album. I did a gospel EP because my grandfather died from COVID.
Oh, dang it.
But if you believe that because my grandmother raised me to be a lady, and that in addition to being a businesswoman and a wife who knows how to take care of her household and cooks and cleans, that I won't bust your ass if you come at me the wrong way. That's your bad all day long. You made a huge mistake. I don't want to be that person. I actually push that person down. But what I'm not going to let you do is threaten me and make me feel like because you think I'm a church girl that you're going to kick my ass. I got a nice surprise for you, and it's not going to end the way you think it is.
Am I making sense?
With your private pages, so I can't see who you are, where you're from, and where you look from. Today's been a long day. I really, really, in real life, did not feel well. I actually spent all day in bed. The only times I got up was to talk to my manager, to talk to my lawyer, to talk to my husband, and I went right back to sleep.
What is she talking about? She's mad.
I checked my messages
because people were talking about her petulant child of a husband who was looking ungrateful for his wife who just made him a cake and sang him happy birthday.
It. I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't let the Church of God in Christ stamp. Don't let the sanctification stamp. Don't let the word of knowledge. Don't let the prophetic. And don't let the word that I've hid in my heart so that I won't sin against him fool you. Because David was a motherfucker. And Saul was a motherfucker. And Peter was a motherfucker.
Okay, Kelly.
And they were God's beloved. But they would bust your ass in a heartbeat.
No, she went live on her
Instagram
and did this.
Before you say the name Kelly Price, what I want you to think is David, Saul, Peter,
Whitney.
Because when it's all said and done, I'm still going to heaven after I bust your ass. So leave me alone. Leave my family alone. Leave my husband alone. You miserable, confused bitches. Leave us alone. Leave us alone. I don't bother nobody. Don't even clap back. You can probably count on your hands the times that I've clapped back at people, and you wouldn't make it to your 10th finger because I don't buy into this BS. But when you come for mine, and especially now, if you come for mine, you got a problem. And I don't know what you think you know, but you don't know. The Bible says follow peace with all men. Holiness without no man shall see the Lord. I am going to advise you, and I'm only going to do it once. Follow peace with all men, for holiness without no man shall see the Lord.
She's standing on business.
If I got to check you physically, emotionally, verbally, I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm going to repent, and I'm going to be all right with God. But I'm still going to bust your ass. Okay? I know a lot. I said a lot of things today. I'm not backing off from any of them. I'm one of the very few artists who have been able to record and tour with both gospel and R&B artists. And the lives that are lived by the people that you worship are despicable and disgusting. My heart was broken when I saw the things that happened on the road with a lot of these artists. Doing shows with these artists, all kinds of stuff. My heart was broken because there was still a part of me that believed that holiness without which no man shall see the Lord. That's biblical also. It took for me to tour and to work and to do shows with these artists that call themselves gospel artists and preachers who tried to get in my bed. That's another story. You won't get it for free. Refuse to give that for free. Some preachers that's all over your timeline and in your YouTube right now, that if they could have gotten me in my bed or in their bed, they would have. But I don't play those games because fuck a man. I fear God.
Who are these people that you are exposing?
I fear God. I've never not feared him. There's no man that walks this earth that I fear more than Jehovah. Thank you, Dream KD. I am calm. I am calm. I was not feeling well at all today, and I have been attacked on so many levels. And literally, I woke up to drink water, drink tea. My husband woke me up to make sure that I was feeling okay.
That giggle scared me.
That one that y'all said it looks so evil and looks so mean. Fuck you. He takes better care of me than my parents did. My desire, for real, is that in the end, that God looks at me and says that he is proud of me.
For not busting y'all's ass.
So what people think of me means nothing.
Because she gonna bust somebody's ass.
Think of me means nothing. Curses aren't nice. Curse words aren't nice. But they're words. And they can be forgiven. Y'all need to be more concerned about the actions of the people that you look up to. Those are the things that are going to be harder to forgive and still make heaven, if you believe in heaven. I am going to spend the next couple of days getting my strength back.
Hopefully and getting your mind right.
So that I am ready for my first show of the year next week. I am looking forward to February, which is the month of lovers, and being with you on Valentine's Day and the days surrounding it.
We got church scripter, threats to
I am
bust your
looking forward
ass,
to
the
month
day of
April,
lovers.
which is my birthday. The month of April, which is my birthday, and I plan to be out
I bet you do plan
every
to be out,
weekend
living your best
celebrating my
life.
birthday with my fans and my followers and my family.
Your family who you
Because
said didn't take care
I
of
love you guys so much, and I appreciate the love that you have shown me. When it's all said and done, I've honored the gift that God has given me, and I have done my very ample best to take care of it so that when I stand before you, you receive from me what I received from God. My soul belongs to God because I haven't sold it to anybody. It's not mine to sell. These people out here selling their souls, they're selling things that don't belong to them. Our souls come from God. My gift came from God. He passed it through my grandmother, but the gift belongs to God. And the day that I decide that I have the right to use it for something other than what he has called me to use it for, you'll still enjoy it, but I'll be in bigger trouble than you could ever fathom. And I honor him and I love him and I fear him too much for that.
I don't know what Kelly.
Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for listening to me. I love you guys. You have been with me for a long time. 2024 is 32 years for me. He passed it down to my grandmother. Any non-Black artist.
So, who do y'all think she was talking about?
Comments like, you need to try to find out when the next time you're gonna go on tour.
Who do you think she was exposing? What was the point of her exposing? How did the stuff that allegedly happened with the rest of the people on Sunday's Best fornicating? She said she was the only one not cheating on her spouse. What? That's not the type of exposing that I think that's dangerous, you guys. These people who cheated on their spouse had nothing to do with Kelly Price, and you did not put a name on it, but now you have made it seem like all of these people are cheaters. And y'all know where this story came from? When I did my open panel on Claudia and Funky the other day, somebody made mention of one of those Sunday Best people and little children, and I was like, where did that come from? Well, this is where it came from. Kelly Price saying somebody affiliated with Sunday's Best with those little boys.
Only to be in an industry where people looked at me and said,
exactly,
that because I was in a size 3.
I think Kelly's been hurt. I think Kelly has been very vocal about someone in her family taking advantage of her when she was a child. I don't know what this is other than it allows another witch hunt. And that's not fair to those people who she's not meaning to target.
Disrespecting that man came to you that way because somewhere in the back of our stupid minds, we believe that if we continue to do that, they will one day accept us. It has not happened in years, and it is not going to happen. And anybody that is holding out for it,
not with the ASMR.
Hate to tell you this, dumb is too nice of a word for you. I am 30 plus years in this business, and I have watched my fellow artists suffer and die trying to get what they deserve while they watch less talented people of a different skin color get the things that they deserve because of their talent.
Not y'all calling
that
her
has been
Jaguar
God-given.
Price.
I don't expect that this live. I really don't expect that this live is going to be powerful enough to make the change that needs to be made. But I feel like I'm doing my part.
The change of
And
what?
as long as I do my part, then I can say, God, I did what you told me to do.
God told you to do this?
We pit ourselves against each
God
other.
told you to do this?
We talk trash.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie.
Today's Friday, Saturday in some places. I've been sick all day long. I literally slept most of the day. And when I would check my phone, I would see all these messages from disrespectful people about me, about my husband, about all kinds of stuff. And today just wasn't the day.
And I don't think
people
tomorrow.
Say, oh my
either.
God. Do you hear what Kelly is saying? Let me explain something to you, baby. Kelly Price is a Church of God in Christ. Multiple generation going back, baby. But I am also an Edgemere Project, south side of Jamaica. Girl who was born and raised, and I had to get through living that life as a girl.
Got some Timberlands, Vaseline, and a straight edge.
But I have never forgotten where I've come from. That being said, anybody that thinks that this love singing church girl don't have smoke.
We think you got smoke.
Options.
We just don't know who you got smoke for, Kelly. Let me tell you guys why I think some of the stuff that Kelly Price does is performative. She actually told us on R&B Divas.
Go ahead. What was it, Kelly? It was a dramatic moment. Dramatic moment. Clearly it worked. What you talking about?
She knows how to work the media. So do I think something could have happened where she just alleged that somebody from Sunday's Best was trying to get her in bed? Yes, that's possible. But the stuff that comes out of her mouth, I don't technically know what to believe anymore. And again, I'm going to say it's not fair to the other people on Sunday's Best, because what would them cheating on their spouse have to do with anything? If they weren't trying to, if it wasn't them trying to get you in bed, why would you be defending your petulant husband by exposing your old former co-stars from a show that's been off air now for several years? What are you getting out of this? Why are you arguing with faceless profiles under your comments? Why does he care? He's living the life. He's Mr. Kelly Price. Mrs. PT heads up. Thank you for being a member. It says, if you're sensitive to commentary, keep your business private. Stop selling wolf tickets. No one is quivering in their boots over you, man. Woo. Well, Mrs. PT had something to say. Jasmine Christina said, David, Saul, and Peter is like, now how did I get in this? In Nene's voice. I don't know why she kept mentioning those repeatedly, but you're probably right. She probably would. They probably were somewhere in heaven, like.
So now why am I in it? And you could have did it.
See how I get wrong because you never apologize.
You're probably right. Richie Morris says, somebody call BetterHelp. She needs therapy. Now, I'm not going to diagnose her, but I do feel like that was almost like a cry for help. I don't know what that was. I don't. Freddie Brooks, thank you so much for becoming a member. And Tuddy Talkson says, go ahead and drop that Nene Leakes clip because God is up there saying, how did I get in this?
So now why am I in it? And you could have did it.
See how I get wrong because you never apologize.
Because I don't think God was telling her to bust people's ass. I don't. But again, guys, when she was doing her explanation that when she went missing, she kept saying the same thing. I wasn't feeling so well last night. Let me show you guys. That's in her own words. Through this live, she kept saying, I wasn't feeling so well last night. I wasn't feeling so well. So I don't know if that is how she something is off about Kelly Price. Something is off. And I wish nothing but the best for her. I thought maybe she had a happy marriage, but now I'm looking at it kind of side-eyed. You wouldn't be defending him like that if you didn't think there was an issue. Nikki, thank you so much for becoming a member. Deflection at its finest. Yeah. What would be the point? You don't feel so well, but you on live, you ain't shut up yet. You then just went on and on. That wasn't even it. I just gave you guys a few clips from it. Not those are the. Why are y'all calling her Jaguar Price? Anyway, guys, so this was a lunch break moment. I still have some more stuff. You will want to see that interview. I put a lot of work in, and I challenged a lot of things that Brother Bilal had to say. This was not a squeaky clean interview, so that will premiere tomorrow morning. Big Red said, hello, ma'am. So happy I caught it live before work. I love how you think. Keep up the outstanding work. Thank you, Big Red. I appreciate you. Thanks for the super chat. So, y'all, this was a mess from beginning to end. I would love nothing more than Funky and Claudia to have a behind-the-scenes conversation and work some things out, even if they can't work it out. Because like I said, I have seen them together, and I really do think that they are actually friends. Hopefully it gets better before it gets worse. I got to go. Y'all have a great lunch and a great rest of your day. I got a lot of stuff to do. So have a good one, y'all. Oh, and like the video. I don't think we did too good on likes today, y'all. We got almost 4,000 people watching, but we only got 1,400 likes. Please hit that like button. It's a free way to support the channel, and subscribe if you are not subscribed. Now we have a new goal of 120,000. So anyway, have a good one, y'all.